Welcome
to Mixing It Up.
I feel like we need a special handshake. Let's try it. Something, I don't know. Did you hear Usher's coming next year?
You see, I told you.
Did you manifest that?
Yeah,
I think you manifested it.
He's coming.
What am I doing? It's so sour. And I see you sway here, do a little two-step.
They ain't ready for this.
They're not ready.
They ain't ready.
Okay, well just give them a little something so they can prepare. Oh my gosh.
This is like a gym workout.
It's not, Julie. It's really not. It's a cocktail. It's a cocktail workout. And if this is the most you're working out, then we need to have another off-camera conversation about your life. While you and I have a friendship, we've talked about this before. You are not everything to me. I'm not everything to you. We have multiple friends who meet those needs.
Really?
The other day, I wore a t-shirt to the gym. It was the Ali shirt from when he was the Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Was that in the Congo? And, it says,
the Congo.
And the crowd was chanting Ali Bomaye.
Yeah.
And it means Ali kill him. And I wore that t-shirt. I was like, so you know who I am. This is who I am.
You will know me.
Yes, you will know me. Welcome to the show where good drinks meet even better conversations.
We're mixing up more than just drinks.
From sharing life's joys and journeys
To stirring up some real talk.
we're diving into the heart of the matter.
And always having fun along the way.
Welcome to Mixing It Up. Welcome to Mixing It Up. Welcome, Julie Love.
Welcome, Lily.
Good to see you.
Good to see you again.
Always good to see you.
Always.
Yeah. We need to name, you know how people name their cars? You know, do you have a name for your car?
Yes.
You do.
The Beast.
The Beast, exactly.
The Beast.
I don't have a name for my car, this one. I had a name for my older car, but I feel like we need to name this space. You know?
What would you name it?
I don't know, like the Dove. It kind of looks like it, right? The Dove. No? It's not feeling the Dove?
No, I'm not feeling the Dove.
What are you feeling?
Marble countertop.
That is so generic, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Julie.
Yes, my
we
love.
are at the end of October.
Already.
Yeah, it's been hot.
It's been hot and the weather in Nairobi has changed. Now we're getting the blossom,
beautiful.
jacaranda.
I love jacaranda season.
Beautiful.
Yeah, love
gorgeous.
It, love it.
Yes.
Well, to keep us cool today, we're making a yummy little drink called our local lime lemonade. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Lily's. Let's call it Lily's local lemon lemonade. Say that
That
4
sounds
times
like
fast.
that sounds very southern belle.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Lily's local lime lemonade. Serving it for Julie. How did you get, by the way, Julie, that's not a super Kenyan name. Tell me the origin story of your name.
I was named after, my mum moved to the UK when she was very young.
Yes.
And someone who she worked with, who she really, really liked, was called Julie.
Is that right? That's lovely.
I think it was linked to Julie Andrews as well.
That's not a bad thing. Julie Andrews is an icon
She
of
is.
stage and sound.
She is.
But is that Julie?
Sound of music?
Yeah. Is that lady, the original Julie, still in your life?
No.
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 She's gone on to other things.
Gone on to other things,
I left
but
her name on you.
yes. But the original now Julie is
Yeah.
remained.
Do you meet other many Julies? in
Yes.
Kenya? You do? Really?
No, not in Kenya. In
that's
UK,
what I
I've
mean,
met many Julies.
Well,
but
say, UK, America, a million.
You've never met Julie here?
One.
Well, she's...
No, you're my favorite Julie.
Hey.
Easily. In fact, let's just call this drink, forget local lemonade, this is called the favorite Julie.
Oh,
Favorite Julie.
Good.
Yes.
At last I get
Finally.
a cocktail
Yes.
named after me.
You've earned it. You've earned it, babe. You have mixed, you have diced, you have squeezed, you have broken, you
Muddled.
have crushed, you have destroyed, and now it's your time to bring a name to the table.
Thank
to the
you.
white marble table. What did we call this thing? The marble dove?
The marble dove.
Presents the Julie. All right, so grab the shaker. Let's make this baby.
Okay.
And today, usually we end with our delicious Johnnie Walker, but today we're going to start with it. It's going to be
Really?
the base, it's going to be the body, it's going to be the vibe of this
And
drink.
this is my favorite, as we
the
know.
gold. We love the gold.
Reserve.
Listen, when you know, gold
This
is hard to
is-
get better than gold,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, ooh, did you see me? Sorry, I guess it was someone else here first.
Leftovers.
Okay, so we're going to pour into here 45 ml.
Should I do this one? Or is that too big?
That was too big, so do this one. This one's a bit more accurate. And actually, let me take that one from you. Let me
Okay.
keep it from confusing us.
Okay.
45 ml of whiskey for 2 people. As always, easy
that
to
lipstick
double.
mark?
Not from me.
Ooh.
Who's been on this set?
Who has been on the set with some pink lipstick?
I think I see who it is, but I'm gonna leave them unnamed.
That's it.
Yeah, so 45 ml. If you have more people, you can double it. If you don't want any whiskey in this drink, leave it out.
Okay.
Easy way to adopt it. So 45 ml of whiskey. Take your time.
There we go.
Keep it here so we can see what you're doing. Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
And then we're going to add some fresh orange juice. Now, typically you would have triple sec, but we couldn't find triple sec. We were a bit in a rush. So we're just substituting orange juice, which is actually a nice way to keep the alcohol at a moderate level and add another fresh ingredient.
What's triple sec?
Triple sec is just another flavored liqueur.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like Cointreau.
What's Cointreau?
Whoa. You don't know Cointreau? I don't know if you have time for all this. Cointreau is an orange flavored liqueur.
Okay.
Yeah, which shows up in like Cosmos. It's also often
What's
Cosmos.
that?
Oh, listen. 20 questions with Julie. So go ahead and add for us into here 60 ml.
So that's probably all of it?
Oh, no, it's not all of it. That's 2 shots, 60 ml.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So should I measure?
If you want to. This is one of those things, again, you're feeling with your heart, you're putting your back into it. You need a little more vitamin C, add a little more orange juice. You want a little bit more sharp taste, you could add more lime. You know what I mean?
So that's enough?
Yeah, I think that's enough. You and I struggle with having enough liquid oftentimes.
Should I put another one?
Do 2 more, and then we're going to add another 45 ml of actually the whiskey. Let's do that.
Okay.
Let's make it a little extra.
Yes.
That way we can share with our friends here.
Okay.
Yeah, so there we go. 2 more, perfect of that. And then you can go ahead and do the Johnnie Walker on that. And while you're doing the Johnnie Walker, thank you. Why don't you pass me the ice and I'll prep our glasses. Have you been up to anything fun this October so far?
Yeah, I've just, this is my year of travel. I'm sure people are tired of hearing that I'm just like on planes, trains, and automobiles, and
I just
in
want
my
to know what your
car.
carbon footprint is. That's what I'm saying. So
But I've had a couple of parties that I've been going to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in my season of dancing.
Give me your best dance move. You say this, and I see you sway here, do a little 2-step.
They ain't ready for this.
They're not ready.
They ain't ready.
Okay, well, just give them a little something so they can prepare. Look at you.
Really?
You gotta break this bar before we know it.
There we go.
Okay, you added our 45 ml?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that is.
There we go.
All right. And now, while you're there, because it's taking me forever and a day to do this ice, please go ahead and slice a lime and slice a lemon. And this is our local lime and lemonade is what we're calling it. So we're gonna put, that's a little less local, but this is local.
Yeah.
Go ahead and slice and squeeze into there. Again, as much as you think the flavor needs.
So into half and then squeeze it.
Exactly. Cut it in half and squeeze. We're gonna do the old school style today of just using your bare hands. So please,
Do you know, I have weak wrists.
Every show you have a new ailment. If you're not heavy-handed, you have weak wrists. Which one is it? Are you heavy-handed? Do you have weak wrists?
But we've been here before.
We have been here before.
And
Let's
you do
see how
this
you
thing
do.
where you do this, you massage it.
You're supposed to massage it before you cut it.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Hold on,
anyway,
let me
here we
try.
go. Take it from some height so we can see what you're doing. There, look at that.
Yes,
Juicy.
better.
You know, we're adding, last time we were making cocktails, you were like, I'm not so much into sugar, but today we have a sweetener in this that we've never used before.
Which is?
A Sprite. Whoa. A lemon lime soda that is unnamed and unlabeled will be joining us today. Yes. That's going to be our topper. So are you going to want it?
Can I see the way you do it? I love the...
Well, number one, I would do this. I would move it around.
Look at that.
Yeah. See, it's like I'm making it rain.
Yeah. That goes into my eye.
This is what my mom would always do. If my mom was here, which she would do this. I almost lost it.
You do?
She would do that. And I got my nails done in a little lime.
And they're
flavor.
matching?
Yeah. So...
And you've got
we've
toes
got ice
that are
here.
matching as well.
I do. Let's talk about the toes.
Sorry.
It was overdue for a pedicure. So you don't really need to shake. I would just swirl this to avoid any kind of excessive exuberance.
Oh,
is it good?
Nice.
Okay.
It's warm. It just needs some ice.
Well, we've got ice. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead, I think, and pour it not all the way to the top because we need some room for our topper.
Okay.
What's it called? Chaser? What's that thing called when you top drinks with something?
Something like that.
Yeah. So leave some room for that. Go ahead and pour that in. That
So that's
great. Okay? Yeah. Depends on how sweet you want your thing to be, your cocktail to be. Is this your knife? This knife is Nairobi's dullest knife. So the good news is we're safe. No one will be harmed today.
No one was harmed in the making of this
episode.
episode.
The bad news is this lime is the only one. Look at this lime. It went from round to square as a result of the attempt to cut here. Okay, so then if you think those taste satisfactory, let's go ahead and top. Oh, actually, I think we need more. Did we run out? No, I think we need more. Only because the other one is going to be sweet, and we don't want it to overpower that. Okay, so go ahead and I think top it with our chaser / additional flavor thing. An unnamed lemon lime soda of world renown is going to be topped.
Which has a green lid.
Yes, I thought that was going to explode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a little bit of trauma oriented with your visits. How does that look?
It's
so cute.
Just about to
tip over.
Yeah.
We got like 1 second before we lose it.
Yeah, because the ice.
The ice is a lot.
Will melt.
Thank you. All right, here we go. Perfect for a hot summer, a hot October day.
Like today.
Here, like today.
Can you see it's just about to...
This looks like it just needs to just sit. We shouldn't drink it.
It looks delicious.
So pretty.
Refreshing.
All my favorite colors.
Mm-hmm.
Green,
yellow,
and rainbow.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like all my favorites all together. All right, I'm so excited about this one.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
Wow.
Perfection.
This is probably one of my favorites. I say this every week.
But sometimes because simple is better.
Absolutely.
We're not shaving anything. We're not blending anything.
We're not adding butter and making cakes. This is delicious.
This is really yummy. This is really yummy. I'm also in love with our little garnish. A little Dawa stick / local lemonade. No, the Julie. The Julie stick.
Have you forgotten?
Oh, good. This is so yummy. To be honest with you, I'm surprised. I did not think whiskey would pair well in a lemonade.
Really?
Because to me, it's a warm beverage. It's a warm liqueur that cinnamon, our cloves, all of those things. We've done it with mint and lime before, but this is pure citrus essentially, and it's really delicious.
But also, I think it's the whiskey that we've just the gold because that's more kind of caramel and sweet.
Something
delicious.
Perfect before the show, somebody, I won't name who they are, had some tea and they had already put a shot of caramel in it, caramel syrup, and then they added sugar. And they went and tasted it. So I was like, they did it wrong. This was the way to go. Yes. The caramel whiskey with a bit of sweetness.
Yes. The best way.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To
cheers,
October,
friend.
To us. Yeah. Cheers, friend.
Do you know I was chatted up on Saturday at Rema
and
by a Gen Z.
By a Gen Z? What are the lines these days out there? What are the people saying in the streets?
I just said, I'm a 50-year-old woman old enough to be your mother. Can you please move?
And then he's like,
He said, no, it's okay. I just want to stand next to you. I was like, please.
No.
He said, my daughter is coming. Can you move? And so he quickly left.
That's what gets people, I think. Because I saw this when he was performing at Gecko recently. I had this guy come behind me and he's like, he's a really good guitarist, isn't he? And I was like, yeah, he's really great. I was like, were you there? Did you see that guy? It's like, yeah, he's great. And he's like, I've been watching you the whole time. You look like you're having fun. I was like, yeah, that's my son. He's like, it's your son? That boy, that man on that stage. I was like, yeah, that 6'3" man is my son. And he just couldn't get it. And then before he left, he's like, but I don't care. And I was like, I'm a happily married woman. I don't care.
Polyamory.
Madame,
I knew there was
Madame.
Segue. Did you see how
I did that? Fully monomemory.
Yeah.
Monom Memory. Monom Memory.
That's those things.
That's what happens if you get... Never mind. This is no good way to redeem that sentence. I don't understand the poly game. I just don't. We have talked about this, Julie. I don't get it. I don't believe in it.
Yeah.
And that's that.
I think times have evolved. And we are in this place of expression and feeling liberated and wanting to be expressive and being able to, in fact, classic. I listened to this sermon the other day talking about love.
Okay.
It talked about...
This will be interesting. Bring it home. Okay.
Bring it home. So it talked about 4 kinds of love.
Okay.
The eros.
Yes.
Stouge.
I don't know that one, but
Philia.
Yeah, and agape.
And agape.
Yes.
So if we have 4 types of love, we could then have multiple relationships that meet our different love needs.
I agree with that, but that is called bestie, book club bestie, workout bestie, work wife or husband,
True.
and partner. That's what that's called. That's what that's called. In my opinion, I've told you, I think that whole poly movement is an expression of those who are maybe not yet ready for what a monogamous relationship requires.
So that's kind of like the early stages where you're getting to explore and know yourself, and then you move into like dun dun dun.
Why you say it could be,
but it could be cuffed.
I mean, if you're with the wrong person, it'll feel like a cuff. If you're with the right person, it'll feel like you're linked.
You're linked.
You are equally linked or yoked. I don't love that word yoked, but
that feels a bit.
Yeah, it feels a little like a little too rural for me, a little too rural for my taste. But that is the scriptural term. But for me, it's just more like if you are mature enough to say you want to spend X amount of time with somebody, be mature enough to put in the work to make that work. If that doesn't work, that's okay. You move on to the next.
Sure.
But maybe it's ignorance, but I really don't understand the movement around polyamory. What I do understand of it, I don't agree with.
Okay.
That's where I am.
So what about if it were just thinking about boundaries? Because I suppose something like that.
Yes.
Open relationships, polyamory, polygamy. It all relies upon there being the foundation of boundaries. Does it?
But monogamous, strong,
even
committed relationships relies on boundaries too.
For
exactly.
Sure,
Friendships rely on boundaries. Work relationships. For me, the hardest place I have implementing boundaries is actually around work. To say I don't work on Sundays or I don't work after 6 p.m. I don't work at 7 a.m. just because you have a need.
Do you implement that? Do you enforce it?
I try. I didn't for a long time, but of late, I really believe that you teach people how to treat you. Whoever said that quote, you teach people how you will be treated.
Yeah.
So if I start answering your emails or your calls or your texts, even if it's not work, but it's a non-friendship thing, we're all involved in like civic organizations or whatever. Someone texts me at 8 or 9 p.m. If I reply, now they've learned, she replies at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable time to contact her. So for me, the boundaries thing is present no matter what relationship you're in. But for me, the bold decision in life is to say, I'm committed to myself and I can build a life around my goals, my hopes, my dreams. I'm committed to a person. I can build a life, hopes, and dreams around that person. Yes. I'm committed to a group of people in terms of like a family unit, not multiple partners. And I can build a life there. To me, that's the bold decision that invites progress and growth.
True.
To me, the poly thing sounds complicated, messy, and if I'm very honest, hashtag don't take offense, but hashtag if you do, you do. That feels very lazy to me.
Lazy?
It does.
I find, in fact, it would be the opposite because the amount of work and involved in being able to have multiple love.
No, the opposite. It is work to, from one person, understand what they bring to you, what they should bring to you, invest and nurture that, and find contentment in that. Or if you decide it's not the season, not the person, then you move on. To me, when you have multiple people, it's like I don't have to invest in building good communication with you because I get good communication from her. Yeah. I don't have to build sexual chemistry with you because I get that from them. You're my financial part of my life. Yeah. That to me is very easy. But I can hire somebody to do that.
Then is that not being more open and engaging by having multiple people to fulfill?
That sounds like a lot of work that's unnecessary. That sounds like a lot of work that's unnecessary, and I would not do that in any part of my life. Yeah. If I was trying to get fit, which I am, and I will not have trainers.
And we have noticed.
Have you?
We have noticed. We can see.
Thank you. But I would not invite 3 financial planners to look at my assets and decide for me how I should invest. I would trust one person, build that relationship. If they make a mistake and take me in the direction I want to go, I'd correct it. Yes. I would advise, I would research, I'd say, let's try this. Yes. But I wouldn't have 3 people giving me advice, 3 people giving me direction. Do my due diligence with one.
With multiple. And then you make a choice.
Fine, but I'm not all of them in my bank account at the same time, in my pocket at the same time. Yeah. Absolutely not.
Okay.
But I appreciate that you feel differently because you are a professional in this space. I'm not.
Yes. I don't know. I think I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, literally, when we were talking about this, about boundaries, relationships, open relationships, polyamory situations, polygamous marriages. So we've got the kind of structure of the home and
like
the family.
on purpose polygamous.
Yeah.
Because sometimes things are polygamous, you don't know it.
That's true.
That's not what I'm looking
and
for.
At the funeral, everyone stands up. So that's what everybody finds out. But and we were saying, can one person meet all of your needs?
No, they cannot.
Yeah. So then that's when we were having this discussion about love and friendship and whether there's the eros love and agape.
Yeah.
So it sort of went down a kind of multiple rabbit holes.
Yeah.
But I hear you when you talk about things can be complicated. I wouldn't use the word lazy.
Fine.
But I think it can be complicated, even overly complicated sometimes. And there are multiple times when it doesn't always work. There's this kind of jealousy, betrayal, conflict.
Absolutely. Drama for drama's sake.
Yeah.
I know, again, okay, I'm also a person of faith. So for me, this does not vibe with my values or my principles, first of all. However, second of all, as somebody who's invested 25 years in a marriage and raising adult children, I also think that there are too many shortcuts we're all trying to take in so many parts of our lives that don't serve us well. And I don't think in a friendship, for example, while you and I have a friendship, we've talked about this before. You are not everything to me. I'm not everything to you. We have multiple friends who meet those needs. Newsflash. You're the only person I have a show with, though. You're my only on-air baby. That's true.
I'm special.
Listen, you're very special. The only one like you, Julie Gitiri Goko, JGG, as I like to say. But I just think that is not what a committed relationship is for. That has a completely different role in your life. True. I'm a big on metaphors. I was trying to think of another metaphor, but I don't think there is one. I think there's just a very simple... one person it's such a beautiful thing when it works.
For true.
Yeah. And if you don't have a partner, that's also a beautiful thing. You build community, you build relationships, you build, I have many single friends who have beautiful communal relationships that have nothing to do with a romantic or sexual relationship, but people who they call in the mornings to check in.
Yes.
People who they'll be like, how are your finances looking? Yeah. People they vacation with. They do all the things of like a romantic relationship would do, but they realize, in this year or time in my life, I don't have a partner, but I have people who I share life with.
Yeah.
That's really beautiful to me. Being also, I think as a parent, I take that into every place I am. If I look at my kids, I would not want that for them to have to balance the needs, demands, wants of more than one person. Yes. Especially if you have said, okay, well, you are this partner, and then you are that partner. That feels like it's like two sets of CVs and resumes you have to evaluate and maintain, job performances you have to evaluate, and presents you have to buy, sack and replace, put on probation, bring back, train. I just wouldn't want that for them. True. And I don't know. I recognize I'm in a very happy, committed relationship that not many people have.
But I suppose now the word lazy kind of fits in, because then I suppose if you're then having multiple, you're not then putting in the work into the one to bring up
and maybe
the best.
If you did, you would maybe find the right person.
Okay.
I also, so I am on TikTok, like many of not my generation, but the young ones. And there is a therapist I follow. I'm forgetting her name completely. What is her show called? But anyway, she's very popular. It's nice, isn't it? Yeah, it's so delicious. But she often talks about, I see on there that there are people in those relationships and they're always messy. There's always somebody upset. There's always somebody feeling unwanted, unloved, hurt. It just seems to invite hurt at an exponential level. Yeah. That is different than when you have one person. Because now you have two people's feelings or three people's feelings involved that you're considering all the time. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. And people aren't good at one relationship. What makes you think you're going to be good at having two partners? True. Are you kidding me? True. I try and stay open because I believe we should be open-hearted and open-minded. It would be hard for me to get around this one. But I feel like I've just soapboxed at you for a long time.
No, but I have learned something from you.
Have you?
I have.
Okay.
That those relationships are lazy.
Thank you, Julie, for reminding me of my words. Choose your words carefully, people. It's true. Well, I said what I said,
I have learnt. I have learnt.
Not my thing.
No. But bringing it back to boundaries. So how do you apply boundaries in relationships that you have, which are non-romantic? None of those eros and agapes.
I'd be curious to hear from your perspective too. One thing I have kind of stopped doing is doing lunch dates. I found that they take a lot out of me during the work week and they don't give much in return because I just want to get back to my tasks. I want to get back to my desk. And I find that they just suck a lot of energy out of me. I can't transition well between my work thinking and like social, like it's of course nice and refreshing sometimes to have that.
Yes.
But I find I don't love it. And so I've tried to limit and or eliminate all lunch, non-work related lunch meetings. Like a friend who wants to meet for lunch, even if I have time, keep it to the weekend. So that's one boundary.
Yes.
Like I just don't want to socialize during the week, during the workday.
During the workday. In the
At night,
evening,
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Breakfast dates?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And not only that, I'm not going to talk about my fitness challenge the whole time, but I have found that doing this, I'm not going to miss my class to hang out with you. And a couple of classes I take are at night. So I'm like, I'm going to miss dinner with my family because this is now for me.
And you're going to win it.
I'm going to win it.
You're such a
I'll
firstborn.
be back here. You will see. I will have won.
You're a true firstborn, aren't you?
I'm a true firstborn, and I never say die. I will kill you before I say die. I don't know what that says about me. The other day I wore a t-shirt to the gym. It was the Ali shirt from when he was the Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
It was in the Congo. And it says,
the Congo.
And the crowd was chanting Ali Bomaye.
Yeah.
And it means Ali kill him. And I wore that t-shirt. I was like, so you know who I am. This is who I am.
You will know me.
Yes, you will know me. But how do you handle boundaries? Because you seem to balance well.
Yeah, I think I'm a bit more fluid.
What does that mean? You have fluid boundaries? Are we back to polyamory already?
No, I'm actually, I tell a lie. I'm very firm with my boundaries.
Okay, say more.
Yeah. So if there's something I need to do, or friends cannot encourage me or try and convince me to do something, I'm very strict.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm going out, I'm going out. If I'm not, I'm not.
You're not.
If I'm saving for something, I'm saving for something.
I see.
In 100%.
I see. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. So if I was like, please come help me with this, and you're like, I just can't, there's nothing I'm going to say that's going to change your mind.
Not really. But then with some friends, I can be, when I assess the situation and the need, I can waver a little bit.
How do you manage that with the demands on your time you have a lot of demands on your time, from family to kids to work. So do you give yourself like one out a month or something where you're like, okay, I can break my commitment to this every now and then? Do you have any outs?
What do you mean outs?
I don't know. Like you're saying you have a pretty firm boundary. If you're in, you're in. If you're not, you're not. Let's say you're saving for something and something else comes up that's equally compelling, or someone has a need or something. Would you break that commitment?
Well, I suppose, as I said, I can be a bit flexible if I need to, but not very often. Yeah.
What does that do to your friendships and your relationships?
Exactly. So if somebody needs, or I sort of feel I have a duty, or would like to be there to support, then I would waver a little bit.
How are you? Do you have boundaries around money and people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only borrow from two people on this planet. Two. My mother and my husband. Bus.
I love it. I love it.
If it's not them,
that's it. You don't go with that. I think that's smart, actually. Because it's also kind of embarrassing to be like, can you let me money?
From my mum and Mawson. That's it.
Yeah. Do you have to borrow from your husband, though? Come on.
No, you use the word borrow.
Yeah, exactly.
And even my mom, I use the word borrow.
Yeah, but it's not coming back.
A true lastborn. I never pay back.
You truly are. Because let me tell you, when we were on your birthday trip and you're like, my mom gave me money to buy some earrings, I was like, Auntie, gave you money at your big age. At your big age.
Look at them.
Look, Mama Julie, look what you've created. Look what you've created.
She loves me.
She does love you. Me, I'm the opposite. I'm like getting texts and ignoring calls. I'm like, leave me alone. I'm on holiday. Can't have me today. Yeah. It's interesting. We talk about that birth order dynamic, but it really does show up around boundaries and relationships and points of view, I think.
I think so.
It's hard to undo that, quite frankly. I try really hard to undo the firstbornness, and I can't.
I see it. I believe it.
See it and receive it and love it.
Yes, you are a true firstborn.
Yeah. But I think there's some beauty in that. Like if I see people out, if I see you out and you're struggling, I'm going to help you also. If I'm at a party, if I'm at a concert and someone is struggling, I'm not going to walk by.
So I would sit back and laugh.
Yeah, no, you are. Wow. Not me. I'll be reaching over and be like, ma'am, are you okay? Do you need help? You know, one time, oh my gosh, I had just moved to Nairobi, and we had just moved from Addis Ababa. And in Addis Ababa, there's quite a lot of begging on the street in need. And, you know, you try and be as compassionate as you can in those instances. We had just moved here and I was just surprised. It was in Westlands and I pulled up to a corner and the lady was there with her child on a very slim part of the road, but in a junction a bit. So cars on both sides of her and it was near a roundabout. It's just so much traffic and for her baby. And I remember I just stopped the car, jumped out and got a blanket out to give to her. But the sad thing is that blanket was a blanket my mother had given me. It's the only one I had but I still gave it to her because I had it. And I did think later, you automating a little too much on the firstbornness because maybe you should have just given her money and kept this family heirloom.
Wow.
Instead of giving that. What would you have done in that situation?
You know, there's some few phrases that I've learned in Swahili.
Okay.
Sina pesa.
Sina pesa. Pesa, I know. Money. What's sina?
I don't have.
I don't have.
Yeah. There's like a standard.
But I did have.
Yeah.
But I, for some reason, gave her the family blanket.
Imagine.
I
would never have.
I was just overcome. The firstbornness got the better of me. That situation. I'd have just given her something.
I would have just given, if I had to, I would have just given some money.
I should have done that. It's probably what she wanted. She probably she's probably like, what am I supposed to do with this?
Maybe even a jacket or some clothes if they're in the car, but not something as precious as that. I wouldn't.
It just didn't even cross my mind until after. I was like, oh. But anyway, I don't know.
Did you go back for it?
I didn't, of course not. Can you dry clean that and I'll pick it up on Tuesday? Was that what I was supposed to say? No, I did not go back for it. But it's made me think about how much of me is me responding and how much of me is my expectations.
Yeah.
You know, because I think expectations are the enemies of boundaries, don't you think?
True.
My expectation of myself, my perceived expectation of others of me gets in the way of actually having a boundary I can stick to.
I remember being in the car with Joel. This is years back, and he'd be so embarrassed that I'm sharing this. But I collected them from school, and they had sandwiches. They had like tuna sandwiches.
Yeah.
So we were driving home, and there was this person that was hungry. So they came to the window, and the windows were kind of like halfway.
Yeah.
And Joel, because the person came to the back window, he put the window, the window up.
Oh.
So I had full control of the window.
You put it down.
I said, give him your sandwich.
Yeah.
And Joel was just like, he's also a last born in my house.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was thinking, but this is mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I suppose we have a duty to teach.
We do.
So that we don't have this kind of selfishness, maybe.
Last-born. I mean, you know, we have love for the last-borns, but let me tell you, we firstborns, we're tired. You guys have worn us out. We would like a break. We'd like pension, actually. We'd like to be on pension.
Are we that bad?
You are that bad. And if you're an African family, honestly, firstborn daughters, we are carrying this whole continent on our backs. Please. Yeah. And we are tired and we have lower back pain. So we would like a break and we'd like a little ibuprofen as well.
And you're carrying us as well.
Yes, we're tired. We're tired. Give us free, as they said, please, because this is not working. My younger sister said to me recently, actually, you know, you can retire. You can step down. We're all in our 40s now. There's no need for you to do these things anymore.
Yes.
And I tried for a good 48 hours. I said, that's it. I've retired as a firstborn. Me, I'm just a sibling. I'm just a member of this family. Equal and free. 48 hours later, I'm like, dear Iman, I'm like texting about some queries I had about what had happened in the last 40 days. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't let go.
So that's control.
Well, that's some people call helping control. I've heard that. I've heard that control is another word to call helping. But you know, what are you supposed to do when people need you? What are they going to do? You're going to fall apart without us.
True.
Yeah. Thank you. You've acknowledged.
I acknowledge.
Yeah. See, so it's hard to have boundaries, growth, progress without firstborns.
True.
And if we didn't have the lastborns, I guess we'd have no identity because who would we be helping? We'd just be single children.
So you need us.
I don't know that we need you, but I guess we wouldn't be who we are without you.
Just say it.
I will not. I will not say it.
You need me.
I will sip. I will not say. That sounds like another show. Sip and say with Julie alone because she'll need me on her show as the last one.
I didn't even ask you. How have you been mixing it up this week?
Well, you did ask me, but I think we got distracted by this whole other conversation that we're having. I'm good. I'm looking towards the end of the year. We have some family visiting soon, which is very nice. We're looking forward to that. I'm reading a fantastic book, actually about families and family order called Hello, Beautiful. Okay. It was Oprah's book club book picked recently. And I'm starting a new class soon, so I'm excited about that. Have I been telling you about my like kind of personal growth?
You've talked about the classes that you were supposed to attend, and you attended 2 out of 7.
That was that was last time. Okay, well, I'm on a new tip for new classes. So my friend Beth is actually doing a woodworking class. That's her thing, though. That's not my thing. Mm-hmm. But I have been wanting to learn. I told you this about crocheting. My daughter's an amazing crocheter. Yes, she is. And so there's a local area where you can go and like crochet and sip. I think that's my vibe. So that's what I've been mixing up lately.
Crochet and sip. I have to see what's created. It'd be like a big hole.
I think I have a straw and I sip and I crochet, but there's a straw connected to my mouth the whole time. I think that's how it's going to work. Yeah, those backpack drinks, something. But I think it's good to have something with your hand, the tactileness of it.
In fact, I'm going to do a pottery class.
Are you?
Yeah.
Not with those nails, you're not.
I'm going to try.
Not with those nails. I'm going to my friend, yours is going to come out striped. One turn of the pottery wheel is going to be stripes, whether you like it or not.
I will bring it in and show you what it is.
Can you make us cups for our cocktails? Yeah, we can have mixing it up classes.
I will
hardware,
do that.
barware that we sell with your signature. Like
you're mocking me.
No, I see this as a potential revenue stream. Please make your cups. Put a little signature, a little scratch on it, crack a few, because that's what you do, and then bring them. That would be fun.
Thank you.
I love it.
I will do that.
Okay, let's to be continued. I'll bring my crochets. Those can be like the table decor that we can put your coasters for the cups. Boom. Look at us.
Look at us.
Entrepreneurs.
Always.
Cocktailpreneurs. We're something. We're doing something.
What was the book called?
We have to leave that in the comments. We cannot say that here. But
it's
to
coming.
be revealed soon.
It's coming.
A little book, maybe for the holidays, to get your besties.
I don't know which holiday.
All the little people in your life, all your poly people, you get a little gift from us, from our show. We're working on it. To be continued, to be determined.
Yes.
And now we have 2 other products, the book, the coasters, and the cups. Look at us. Can't even stop us. Can't hold us down.
Yeah, it can't.
I mean, if we're going to mix things up, at least, as I always say, we're mixing it up together.
Amen.
I don't mind. I'm here for it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I have so much more left than you.
Don't worry, I'll drink yours as well.
I know you will not.
Cheers.
Cheers, friend.